And we're back for the conclusion of our Chapter 10 video lecture. So I took the liberty of completing the remaining transactions for Chapter 10 offline with the sales receipts, the sales invoices, the bills, the remittance payments, etc. And just to make sure that I'm on the right track, on page 537, you have an unadjusted trial balance. And when checking the debit and credit column, that total amount should equal $105,662.24. And that is the amount that I'm showing on my trial balance on the screen. Now, I noticed that the views for the video lectures have decreased since the beginning of the semester, and I'm going to attribute that to the fact that perhaps you all are more comfortable recording these transactions, and so I don't have to necessarily go through each transaction in each chapter. So I'll still do the video lectures, but I'm going to shorten the number of video lectures per chapter. Okay, so now we're on page 538, and they want us to run a sales tax liability report to see the amount of sales tax owed at the end of the quarter. So let's run that report, a sales tax liability report. And let's run this report from the 1st of January through March 31st. I'm going to change that. Well, okay. I'll do it this way. Again, from January through March 31st. So let's run the report. And this is showing the sales tax owed to the Arizona Department of Revenue. That amount is $1,678.72. The amount owed to the Illinois Department of Revenue is $100. So we're going to make the payment of these amounts owed at the bottom of page 538. So let's go ahead to our expenses tab. Expenses. Let's go to our check. And so for our first vendor, it would be the Arizona Department of Revenue. The date is going to be March the 30th. Let's go 31st. The book says March 30th, but we'll go March 31st, and that's the last day of the month. And we're paying the Arizona Department of Revenue. And the amount we're going to pay, again, is $1,678.72. Let's make sure I put all my other information in, such as the check number. Yep, 1116. We have that. Okay. So let's do a save and new. And the second payment is going to the Illinois Department of Revenue. So I'll just put in the Illinois Department of Revenue. Again, 331. Check number is 1117. And the amount paid would equal $100. And let's do a save and close. Okay, so once you make those payments, there are different types of reports they want you to run at the end of the quarter, such as the journal. There's also on page 544, there's a section for adjusting entries. So let's see, did we have to make those? So let's take a look at page 543. I think we do have some adjustments. It says make the following journal entries as of March 31st. So these adjustments are going to be for the rent, for the insurance, and for depreciation. And no, I'm not buying any software. So for the first adjustment we're going to do is going to be for the prepaid rent. We're going to show what portion of that has now become an expense, and the amount is going to be for $6,000. Uh, and that is based on, see, number one, adjust 3 months of prepaid rent. And again, I'm just looking at the adjusting journal entries on page 544, and I see that amount is shown for 6,000. So let's do that journal entry. We'll do a plus new. Go to general journal. We're going to make the adjustment entry as of March 31st. And we're going to debit rent and lease expense. There we go. And again, they didn't give us the amount, but I'm going ahead and look at the amount on page 544. That amount is $6,000. 6,000. Come on, zeros. 6,000. Let's try it again. There we go. And we're going to credit the prepaid rent account for $6,000. Okay, that's our first adjustment. I'll do a save and new. The second adjustment is for the insurance expense in the amount of $750. So let's do insurance expense. And again, the amount would be $750. Guess my computer's getting tired. Hang in there, almost done. And we're going to credit prepaid insurance for $750. And we have one last adjustment for depreciation expense. So we're going to debit depreciation expense in the amount of $800. And we are going to credit the contra account, accumulated depreciation, which is a contra asset account. There it is. It was up, and I didn't see it. It'll be back in the amount of $800. And that's our last adjustment. So I'll click on the save and close button. Now your textbook is telling you to run an adjusted trial balance, which would be lovely. But as we discovered a few chapters ago, the current version of QuickBooks Online, at least the trial version that we're using, does not allow you to run an adjusted trial balance. So we'll just do a regular trial balance as of March 31st. So let's run that report. And again, if you wanted to, you can change the actual heading. Hit the little edit button, and you can type in adjusted in front of it. All right. And check your figures according to the amount shown on page 545, where we see that the total and the adjusted trial balance should be $104,683.52. Okay, so there are some additional reports. Let's run one more report, such as the profit and loss statement, which is shown on page 547. So let's run a profit and loss statement. And we'll run a report from January through March 31st. So again, we'll run a report from January to March 31st. And on your report, let's run the report. It should indicate you had total sales of $15,325, total expenses of $10,458.59, which gives us a net operating income of $4,866.41. Okay, so there are some additional reports they ask you to run just to make sure that your figures are in balance. Your homework for chapter 10 begins on page 553. You'll complete exercise 10.1 and exercise 10.2 using the Quickbooks software. You'll complete exercise 10-3 in Connect. Okay, so that will conclude our chapter 10 video lecture. I hope you enjoyed it and have a great day.